everyone. Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. We will wait a few minutes for more people to join before we start, okay? Okay, welcome. Good morning, everyone. I think we're gonna start right now. Welcome to our webinar, Elevate Your Data Analytics Strategy with Salesforce. I'm Victoria Rincon, and I'll be your host for today's session. Thank you all for joining us today. Today, we have a great panel of speakers who will be sharing their insights and expertise on data analytics strategies. Please join me to welcome in William Teffel, who is Senior General Business Account Manager at Tableau, Adrian Dunkley, Force Tech Council, founder of Start Apple AI, President of GTDA, and Perla Lovera, Solution Engineer at Tableau, and myself, Victoria Rincon, Account Executive at Centric. Our agenda of today is gonna be predictive sales science with Adrian Dunkley. Then we're gonna have an introduction to CRM analytics and Tableau. Then we're gonna have a live demonstration and then a section of Q&A. For the Q&A, I will have to say that during the webinar, you can write down your question in the chat box, and then we will share an email with answering all those questions. Okay. Before we move on to our first topic, I would like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about Centric, which is the company I represent. We are an authorized reseller in the Caribbean, and our goal is to create value for the companies in the region in all industries. We contribute to the digital transformation of companies through Salesforce technology, and we understand the vision, the needs, and culture. And our main goal is to support your company's digital transformation processes. As I said, we are an authorized cloud reseller in the Caribbean, and we dedicate exclusively to the commercialization of Salesforce solution. We offer in a variety of services, which include invoicing from Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic. We also have customer service in your language, in English, Spanish, or in French Caribbean. And we also are certified partners in the Salesforce Cloud. Well, now, without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Mr. Adrian Dunkley, who's gonna talk about the predictive sales science. Adrian.
Hi, everyone. Okay, that's good. My audio is okay? Okay, awesome. All right, so my name is Adrian Dunkley. We're going to focus very quickly on unlocking sales success through data analytics and AI. We're going to look at customer lifetime value, lead generation, and sales AI. Just some information on me and my background. Been in AI for over 15 years, and quite a few C-suite roles across different areas of organizations, from startups to corporate publicly traded entities. I've supported companies in generating quite a bit of money. All right, so let's start with sales lead. Customer lifetime value. Okay. So first thing is why? What's the purpose? Why do we need to worry about customer lifetime value? Why does it matter where? So a few questions you may be asking yourself as a sales professional or an organization trying to support your sales. How much is this potential lead worth to us? Is this lead profitable? How does this lead compare to our average customer in terms of value? What's the expected return on this? So all of these questions are focused on what is the ROI? What are we going to get back from our potential clients? Does it make sense to actually approach these clients? And when you actually have those clients now, the question is, what else can you provide to them in terms of upsell, cross-sell? What do you prioritize them? And the main thing is, does the client actually suit your business? So there's such a thing as a bad client. Trying to get a client that's going to support you growing your organization. So they need to be profitable. So very quickly, customer lifetime value, basic definition, the revenue that a customer brings to a business over the entirety of the relationship. So for that, we need to look at what the customer is going to cost you, how long they're going to be your customer, the revenue they're actually going to bring in, and also the discount rates. In this case, we're looking at the time value of money, the risk related to the customer, potential investment opportunities in other areas. So for customer lifetime value, you're expecting to see something like this for profitability. So initially, there's a sunken cost, upfront cost. You may not necessarily get it back for every single one of your customers, but as time goes by, you get additional value from them, so more revenue, and that profitability increases, and then you're expecting to cap out when they reach a certain point. The idea is you want to generate as much revenue as possible, as quickly as possible in the beginning of the relationship, but also grow it. So that's where the cross sell, upsell, utilizing them as referrals, as promoters of your brand. Now, on average, this is what you're kind of expecting to see. So you're going to have customers that are inactive, unprofitable, and then in the middle, you're going to have customers that are profitable. These are the persons that are really giving you the funds to support those not as profitable persons or entities. You're doing B2B. Then, the end, now you have your really high value customers, extremely profitable. These are the ones that you want to hold on. So what you're trying to do is you look at the grayed out line at the bottom here. You're trying to shift it over. You're trying to get as many profitable customers as possible, and you're trying to get those really high value, high net worth customers, as many as you can in your organization, staying as quickly. So, being or as having out the longest time as possible with your organization. That's really important. So a big part of customer lifetime value is how long are they going to be a customer. So the idea is you want to reduce churn, increase retention, provide them with as much opportunities, product, service as possible, get as much out of it as possible. So, and when we speak to CLV, we also have to speak to customer acquisition costs. So the idea here is for your customers, how much does it actually cost to make them your customers? And this needs to be lower than the lifetime value to ensure that that relationship is actually profitable. So how do you make this as low as possible? That's where analytics and AI comes in. This allows you to optimize and make your processes more efficient. You can focus on more customers that are high value to the relationship and spend less time on leads that are not going to go anywhere. Right? So big thing is all salespersons, all sales teams, CLV should be something that they're provided on a regular basis. It supports them in prioritizing the leads. It supports them in understanding where the business is going. Aligns your sales team, your finance team, your analytics team, and the rest of the organization. One metric is extremely powerful, providing an enterprise-wide view of how customers directly impact revenue and profitability in the organization. Right? So, how do you measure it? Very quickly, first thing you need to have an idea is what is the average order value? How much do they usually spend per product or service interaction? Next is how many of those transactions do they do over a certain period of time? Then the next is customer retention. So how long are they're going to be a customer? There are different ways to calculate it, but these are the three main things that you need. And the value of CLV is you can calculate it in many different ways as long as you stick to the general framework. So, okay. So as I said, many ways to calculate it. So if you look at the top, this tree, I see some simple formulas. The reason they're simple is the idea is you go to your IT team, your analytics team, ask them to get these specific metrics for you. So average revenue per user, the actual profit margin that you're getting, retention rate as well, and the discount rates. The discount rate is usually the hardest rate. So you got to go to finance for that. The most basic approach is literally looking at all of the revenue that comes in from your customer over the lifetime and then trying to average it out. Now, the benefit of this approach is a very quick calculation, provides you a ballpark figure of CLV across your organization. So you can now rank persons based on if they're performing higher or below average CLV. And it works really well for higher lifetime values. So it's basic, uses a formula and can be automated. It's really, really big benefit. Now, machine learning can be used to this as well. A lot more required of this because you need infrastructure in place. This is the value of actually having this actually supporting it. The benefit of using machine learning is you get more predictive capabilities out of it and start looking at how individual interaction with your sales team impacts CLV and how the costs are directly related to CLV. Okay, so quickly going to CRM. But the idea is the benefit of using a CRM is you have your data in one place. It can support in calculating CLV and other metrics, allows you to apply historical analysis, get real-time updates to CLV, and you can also tailor your CLV formulas in your CRM system. The benefit, CLV, once you have that number, you can actually start segmenting your customers. So for instance, which one of these brands is the most profitable? Right? You have some assumptions around it, but if you don't actually have the numbers, it's very difficult for you to know. So you can segment your customers based on CLV and start targeting cross-sell, upsell, and other initiatives based on that. Right? Supporting sales forecasting. So by understanding your CLV and how it impacts your revenue, and I'll go to your sales team and say, okay, if we go after 100 high net worth persons, how is this going to impact our revenue short term, long? And retention strategy is really important. So idea here is you have high value persons, you can use a CLV to signal who these people are, and then start looking at not just contacting them when you need them to re-up for sales, but start interacting with them at periods where you now become more familiar. They become more familiar with you. So it's not just about a birthday. It's not just about end of year or renewal. They're in between times where you're top of. So how the CLV moves over time actually be used as an early warning indicator when to interact and contact these persons. And upselling and cross-selling. So basic idea here is the higher the CLV is, the more money they have to actually spend with you. So the higher the CLV is and how it's moving over time or progressing or developing or accelerating, and actually help you understand which individual customers or entities for B2B you should actually prioritize in terms of upsell and cross-sell. Because you now have an idea of how much money you're going to get back. Spend additional funds targeting them. Then you can estimate how much money you're going to get from those cross-sell entities. Okay. And price then discounts. So this is really important. So if you know exactly what you're going to get off your customers, or you're going to profit for the entire lifetime, from today you can start providing them with benefits in terms of pricing and discounts. Because you know at the end of the day, you are going to get that money back. You can treat price and discounts as a way to reduce the likelihood of them churning, and then weigh that with the customer lifetime value, the additional future revenue you're going to get from them if they continue to be a customer. So for instance, a 5% discount today result in them being a customer for 2 additional years. You know how much more revenue you're going to get for those justify that 5%. So, and resource allocation. So big thing here is once you have your CLV, you can create one of the charts that I just showed you, bell curve, and now decide how you're going to allocate your sales time and effort towards these customers. The benefit here is you're aligning the time and effort of your sales team with the profitability you're going to get from those customers. Okay, Jen. All right, so you have your CLV. Now you have it. It's really important to consider now how can we use this to identify things. There are a lot of ways you can do this, but the main thing is you have data on your current customers, you understand your current customers, and actually use that to determine how similar they are to the potential leads. You can do this through a very simple sales call and do a lead scoring model, just as a 5% or something a bit more advanced, for instance, targeting persons on LinkedIn. And the benefit now is you can pretty much project the value of your leads based on your current customer base. Your current customer base is a data asset to tap into. It provides you with the value of foresight. Right? When it comes to automated lead scoring and qualification, I think this is the funnest part. And the real value in this is it doesn't matter how much data you have, it doesn't matter how technical your system is. You can do it today, you can do it right now. You start with the data you have access to on your customers, as well as data external data assets such as LinkedIn, Instagram, social media. You identify the key metrics. These key metrics are really what do you think is important to you posing a lead, important to quantifying how important it is. You need to enter the customer lifetime value. When it comes to training and validation, it can be as simple as a rule-based approach, for instance, you do it in a spreadsheet, or up to using machine learning, programming, or programming languages, whatever tool that suits you. The most important thing is though you talk to your sales team to determine what really works and optimize that piece for for your specific customers. So you make that your own. Now that lead scoring tool now becomes a huge value add insights product that can actually generate revenue. Right? So yeah, you can skip to this, but effectively there are CRM tools that allow you to do this from very quickly. Just upload your data and it'll provide you a score qualification you can use that to determine which you want. So, all right, now let's get into AI very quickly. All right, so we've all heard about AI. The main thing with AI is it's just simulation of intelligence. That's pretty much it. It's math formulas, computer programs, a little bit of physics, but that's pretty much it. Right. And AI, I like to call it AI onion. If AI the field, machine learning is where you use a lot of data to do the models. In deep learning, everyone is familiar with. It has large language models, ChatGPT, or Stable Diffusion, or DALL-E to create images. Now, AI can support in a lot of different areas. So the first one is analyze the data to get insights. So it can support sales teams in determining specific customer segments to go after, or how exactly to approach a customer, determining the best medium to contact them. Also supporting automation and efficiency. So all the annoying in between stuff can actually take care of it. And also support, for instance, using chatbots and automated emails. And personalization at scale, this is going to be really, really big. The idea there is you'll know exactly how to speak to each and every one of your customers in the best possible way using your data assets. Actually, real-time decision making. So the idea is your sales team can pretty much put down a lot of their knowledge and expertise, and this will actually help them immediately understand the best decisions to make. Big thing now, you would have seen online a lot of AI created and generated content and multi-channel coordination. So the idea here is you'll have an AI agent that can coordinate across every single sales channel that you have available so that you don't contact customers 10 different times, but you present in a way where you're still top of mind without annoying them. So, okay.
Thank you, Adrian, for that great conversation and diving deeper into the importance of AI unlocking customer value and especially how that translates into operational efficiency. You definitely mentioned some important factors on how to help customers upsell, cross sell, or how to forecast better, how their account executives even can close more business deals or optimize, reduce, improve any metric really in your organization. I apologize because I think I'm not in my camera, or my camera seems to have stopped working, but I promise I'll get it to work soon, or maybe in the middle of the presentation. But if we can move forward to the next slide, please. Thank you. And again, allow me to introduce myself. My name is William Teffel, Senior Regional Account Manager for our analytics platform for LATAM and the Caribbean here at Salesforce. We appreciate you joining us today and taking the time to understand more about how we are helping our customers redefine their data strategy, data governance, and really achieve their objectives when it comes to being a data-driven organization. And the great news is that here at Salesforce, we have been doing this for over 20 years. And we have different alternatives when it comes to analytic solutions, or even having a hybrid that will help you unlock your insights coming from our core CRM solution, or analyzing data that can come from any data source in the entire organization, whether it is an ERP system, any type of databases, it could be public cloud, it could be any niche softwares and platforms that are being used for a specific purpose to pull data to measure in any department, really. And what's great about all this is that our AI and ML engine, Einstein, empowers all our data to give you prescriptive, descriptive analytics designed for analysts, business users who want to go to market faster. They want to accelerate their decision making in real time with actionable insights through interactive dashboards. Before I kick it over to Perla to show you all this in action, our objective today after this session is to get to know you. What are your plans? What is your vision? What is your current state, and where do you want to go from there? We want to connect with each and every one of you so we can have the proper space to assess your situation and value, and hopefully we'll get to meet you also in person. So thank you again for joining us. Perla, if you would like to continue, I pass it over to you.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. I am going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Oh, it doesn't seem like I have the permissions to share my screen. Let me see if I can do that again. Give me a second. It seems like the host has disabled participant screen sharing. Let me know if you can change that. If not, you can continue sharing the screen, and I'll just I'll need to share it for the demo though.
Well, there I am. Hello.
Oh, okay, I can share the screen now. Give me a second.
And can you see me now?
Yes, we can see you now.
Great.
Let
Just
me-
want to make sure that everybody gets to see me, that I'm real, that I'm here. Hopefully some technical issues with the camera, but all good from our end.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
And can everybody see my CRM Analytics screen slide? Okay, awesome. All right, so thank you so much for being here today. In the next 30 minutes, my name is Perla Lovera. For those that don't know me, I am a solution engineer here at Salesforce, and I'm going to take you through the power of Salesforce Analytics, and I'm just going to let you see it in your own eyes. And we're going to first start with CRM Analytics. Like the slide previous to this one showed, there are two different components within platforms within the Salesforce Analytics portfolio. It's CRM Analytics and Tableau. So first we're going to talk about CRM Analytics, and then we're going to talk about Tableau. So let's dive in with CRM Analytics. CRM Analytics offers intelligent experiences that can turn all of your data, not just Salesforce data, but all of your data into actionable insights within the CRM, also using AI-powered analytics that are infused directly into the flow of work within Salesforce. So we have helped business users across every industry answer the most pressing questions, predict outcomes, and then also get recommendations on their next best action. Now, every Salesforce user can be empowered with intelligent experiences by, number one, unlocking all of their customer data, okay? Number two, by analyzing the data for actionable insights, and then being able to act on those insights inside of the flow of Salesforce, so where they work. And lastly, scaling across the entire enterprise, okay? So those are like the four different values that CRM Analytics will bring to your CRM. Now, there's also a component called Einstein Discovery that is within CRM Analytics that allows you or offers you automated discovery and no-code machine learning, meaning you can get the work of data scientists integrated into your CRM. And Einstein Discovery will help you create predictive models within your CRM user experience. So I am going to quickly demo that for you, and I'm going to pull that demo environment up for you so that you can actually see it in action. So for the next 10 minutes, I'm actually going to be within the Sales Cloud, within Salesforce, and I'm going to demo an environment that has CRM Analytics within it so that you can see the value that it brings to the world of the CRM. So in this scenario, I am a sales rep, and I run my day inside Sales Cloud. When I log into Salesforce, I'm greeted with this embedded CRM Analytics dashboard that gives me an overview of my entire performance. And I can see the different deals broken down into stage or into forecast. But most importantly, I can see that Einstein here on the bottom is giving me the predicted time to close for each of my different opportunities. Now we can expand this to actually switch it to the predicted to close in the next 90 days. So I'm just going to switch this over and see what it'll tell me if we switch it to the next 90 days. So here I can see that NeoSource is a deal here with a very large discrepancy between the entered close date and the predicted close date. So we can actually dive deeper into this and open the record for this particular customer so that we can explore and see what's going on. Why is there such a big discrepancy? So I'm now in the opportunity details page, and I absolutely love how CRM Analytics is helping me bring the customer 360 into one place. So I have some embedded dashboards here on the top, and at a glance, I can see the health of this particular opportunity or account. If I were to switch to another opportunity or to another account, this dashboard will follow me, but with the data of that particular account. So that this is perfect because I can get it all in a glance instead of having to go into different locations to find the same answer. Now, on the right, I love this because I can see Einstein Discovery is available in the context of this specific deal. With Einstein Discovery here on the right, I can see the writer, the drivers, the recommendations on how to improve the time to close. And it's automatically embedded into the Sales app where I work, so I can take action on this insight immediately. So on the right, we can see that Einstein Discovery has there's a model here that was created to predict the days it takes to close a certain opportunity. So every time I go to another opportunity, it's gonna give me a number. It's gonna give me, well, based on the data that we fed this model, it will take, on this example, 85 days to close this opportunity with NeoSource 78. And it also tells us the leading causes. What is affecting this number, this time to close, in a negative way with the red numbers and in a positive way with the green numbers. And then most importantly, it doesn't only give me that very important information, it also tells me how to improve it. It gives me the diagnostic part where I can actually, descriptive part where I can actually go and do something about it. So Einstein Discovery is suggesting that I should create an executive meeting with this customer and also do an interactive demo with them. It would actually help with about 23 days. So it would reduce the time to close about 23, 24 days. So this is fantastic. I am a sales rep. I'm here within my Salesforce environment. I can do that call. I can schedule that, put that in the calendar, create that. And then within the record page, I can document it, right? So I can switch this to say, all right, we did the interactive demo that Einstein has suggested, and we did the executive meeting. As I save this within the page, because this is tied with the CRM data, the Einstein Discovery model will update automatically, and it will tell me now what what our predicted days to close are. So this is the power of Einstein Discovery added, this machine learning and artificial intelligence added within the environment of a sales rep. Now, I'm going to quickly switch gears, and I'm going to take the perspective of a manager, right? So what is the benefit that a manager is going to have when they have CRM analytics embedded within their CRM experience? And the first thing that I want to check is my team's performance. So I'm going to go here to these dashboards that have been provided for me by CRM analytics that give me all the different behavior of my entire team. I can see a detailed view of my team's deals, and I can switch over to each of them to see, how are they doing in their pipeline. Now, I can not only see their behavior, but I can actually switch to the trending dashboard where I can see how I started in my pipeline and where I ended up. And I can track the movements or the progression of this, but most importantly, the opportunities throughout the sale process. Now, I can also go to my white space analysis dashboard that has been provided to me by CRM Analytics, where I can actually understand a little bit of what are the opportunities or what are the products that have been sold to different customers throughout the country, and really hone in and zoom in into a particular area, for example, here in California, to determine if there's an upsell or cross-sell opportunity. So here are my different accounts on the left, and then on the top is the products that we sell. So I can definitely understand within California, I know that this customer in particular has really loved to purchase exterior accessories. So I can see that this could be an opportunity for growth for this particular product, or that I can actually upsell and do another type of work with this particular customer. Now, the beauty of this here too is that Einstein Discovery is embedded right here too. Einstein is able to tell me the top drivers which affect the time to close. And this tells me which segments tends to have slower times to close when compared to other control groups. So it appears that when we compete against Moparts, who is a very strong competitor, we have longer deal cycles. And I can even start a campaign with these customers that are impacted by our competitive Moparts, so that I can actually reach out to them and try to win their business before Moparts, right? So within this Salesforce environment, I can create this campaign. I can select the dates that I want the campaign to start and to end. Here are the list of customers that are going to be part of this campaign, and I can create it. So within the CRM, we have created a campaign. We have taken actions with Einstein Discovery, the suggestions that the model was giving us. We can see the dashboards that are very helpful to help my understanding of my customer. And it is incredible, right? It is able to give me all this information. So just like that, I was able to show you CRM Analytics, Einstein Discovery working together to give value to the Sales Cloud. And CRM Analytics gives us these pre-built dashboards following best practices and KPIs that are important to our end users. And it also collects data from external data in Salesforce, internal data, to create your very own dashboard. So you can actually create your own dashboards within the CRM to have everything there. So, and Einstein Discovery will allow you to incorporate AI into your flow of work to impact your everyday decision within the CRM, okay? So that was CRM Analytics. I'm going to quickly come back here and present again, just so that I can share the rest of the presentation. Now, let's move and switch gears and talk about Tableau. Just like William showed you at the beginning, Salesforce Analytics Portfolio has two different avenues, right? If you're a CRM user and you need intelligent AI analytics within your CRM, then CRM Analytics is the perfect solution for you to incorporate that. Now, if you're the type of user that maybe needs analytics that are also powered by AI, but it's outside of the CRM, for those users that don't live within the CRM, then Tableau would be the answer for that. Now, I want to talk to you about the history of analytics. There has been a very big evolution in the area of analytics. For example, before 2003, analytics was consumed like traditional reporting. You might remember this was usually in an Excel, tables with endless metrics or numbers that were difficult to understand. There was a very small group of people that were responsible for creating these static reports. These were the Excel gurus that knew all about it. And there was really no ability to create your own insight or interact with the report or access the data. Now, in 2003, Tableau was born and revolutionized the field of business intelligence like never before. Tableau created a world where the end user, regardless of their technical level, could explore their own data and create their own insights into a very visual and dynamic way. So from 2004 to 2022, this has been the era of self-service analytics to help people see and understand their data. So this era was a fantastic era. It's been incredible. Now, during this period, the dashboard has become the star in the BI field and has become the predominant way of communicating information. For those of you who are completely new to this part of self-service analytics, I do want to take the next 10 minutes to show you, and then we're going to come back here again to continue talking about what's coming in the future of business intelligence. So give me 1 second, we'll get back to this. I just wanted to quickly show you the history of that and then take you to my demo environment to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to close this regarding CRM Analytics. And here I am in my Tableau Cloud site. This is our collaboration platform that we have with governance and security, where you will be able to create your analytics, publish your data sources, and have one particular place where everything is combined with permissioning so that the right people can access the right data. Now here, I can come in every morning and check my favorite content and really review it. I can see what content I've recently viewed, what has been shared with me in only one centralized location. AI here is giving me recommendations on other dashboards that will be helpful for me to take a look at, and then accelerators. Now, if I go back to this project or this folder, I see that I've been shared or I've been given access to a particular dashboard that is very important for me to monitor. In fact, I monitor these two dashboards that are within this workbook every single day. Why? Because for me, it's very important to understand the profitability and the sales for our entire business, right? So I love this dashboard because when I access it, I have KPIs that are very important on the top part, right? I can understand at a glance what my sales are, what my profitability is, what my profit ratio is. And obviously this is tied to a data source that is being updated so that I get updated information every time I come and look at it. Now, this map is very visual. I love that at a glance, I can really identify that Canada is doing really great in profit ratio, and we can see it with the color blue. And then I can easily identify the states that are really lacking in profitability. I live in Texas, so for me, Texas is very important. And unfortunately, it has a negative profitability of 15%. So that is very worrisome. And there I can see the cities that are really, really struggling with profitability. Now, if I select this so that I can actually zoom in and understand what the monthly sales by segment are for this particular state, and also the monthly sales by product categories for the state, I can really understand the trend, right? So here I have 3 different segments, and I can see that home office is the segment that is suffering the most within Texas. And I can see that the concentration of lack of sales and profitability really concentrated within 2020 and 2022. It makes sense, right? That's when the pandemic was the strongest. So I think that is a trend that we really did. It makes sense. Now here for the different products that we sell, I also see a similar trend within 2020, but then in 2021, technology sales, actually in 2020, technology sales spiked. And that also makes sense because, as you remember, 2020 was the world when we all went virtual, working from home became the status quo. So this was actually very true, right? So this is very important. I love how on the right, I can continue interacting with the different filters so that I can filter to a particular order date or profit ratio or even a particular region. Now, something that is not offered to me within this dashboard is my customer analysis. I don't see the behaviors of my customers. Who are my top customers? Who are the customers that are really not helping me with profitability in these regions? So because this dashboard doesn't offer me this, with Tableau, I don't have to go back to the person that created this dashboard and ask them to create this analysis for me. I can actually just go back to the folder or the project that was given access to me and access the published data source. As you can see here, I have a published data source that has been put inside this folder so that I can do my own insights and my own analysis. So I'm going to come in here and connect to that data source. And as you can see on the left side, I have the data source, and Tableau breaks it down into 3 different tables, right? So within this sales data, I have 3 different tables that are analyzing the orders, the people, the returns for this superstore. And from here, I can actually begin my analysis, right? So the first thing that I want to analyze is the sales. So how many sales have we had within these years that are being monitored within this data source? And I can see that we've had over 2 million sales, so that is fantastic. But another thing that I want to analyze is my profit, right? So what is my profit in comparison to my sales? So what Tableau does is that it takes these 2 measures and it actually gives me the best way to visualize these 2 measures. So it gives me a scatter plot with only 1 point, right? Because it's putting together the profit and the sales, and it's telling me, well, this is where your sales and profit cross. But what I want to do is divide it by the customers, right? Like I said before, I want to really analyze where these customers are when it comes to profitability and sales. So every single dot here represents a different customer. And I also want to compare it with profit ratio and understand how the profit ratio for these customers is. So now this is very clear to see, right? I can actually highlight the customers here on the bottom and really see the underlying data to understand what they're purchasing. Why is it that we are negative in profitability for these particular customers? Now I can continue the analysis and take the sales, right? So I want to continue analyzing my sales and also the name of my customers, and really try to find who are the top customers, who are the customers that are my most important, right? So it seems like Sean is the one that has purchased the most, right? He's purchased $25,000 within those years, which is fantastic. But if I drag profit ratio to color, now I understand that the ones that are in orange are the ones that were having profit loss, and the ones that are in blue are the ones that are actually profitable customers. So even though Sean has purchased the most from us, we have a negative profit of almost 8%, where Tamara is actually high in sales and high in profitability. So this is fantastic. This wasn't offered to me in my original dashboard, and now I have a better understanding of my customers. I can actually combine them in a dashboard here so that I can share it with my colleagues colleagues and really try to understand this behavior a little bit better. And what's cool about this is that I can use these worksheets as filters, so that if I filter to a particular group of customers, I can actually filter in the scatter plot and see them here immediately. So this is the demo that I wanted to give you regarding what has happened within this era right here. So let me go back to presenting so that I can continue with what's coming in the future. So what I showed you in the last 10 minutes has solved many problems and has had really, it's opened the doors to many people within our organization. But it's not always the most optimal way to communicate information for everyone. It's really good for some people, but not for everyone. There are two types of people in different organizations. There are the people who want and can interact with their dashboards. These are the people that desire to analyze data. They want to be given access to Tableau. They want to connect to their data and explore it by dragging and dropping different dimensions and measures, like I showed you in my demo. Through that discovery process, they find and create their own insights. And Tableau has helped many people in this way from 2004 to 2022, and will continue helping these people this way. But there's another type of person who perhaps doesn't want or doesn't have the time to explore information the way that I showed you in the demo. They just want to consume it. And if I'm an employee in a store, for example, or if I'm a member of an airline maintenance team, or someone who organizes boxes in a warehouse or fulfillment center, this is not the kind of person who is thinking, okay, right now, please give me access to my data so that I can create my own insights so that I can have answers. They just want a number. They are asking, give me the information. I want to make it available so that I can make my job better. I just need to make decisions for my business, and I need it now. And that's where Tableau's new innovations come in, specifically to fill in this need so everyone can see, understand, and act on their data. So with that, I want to introduce you to Tableau AI, which is the next generation of Tableau that will make analyzing data simple as posing a question. It will be powered by Einstein, like William mentioned, the artificial intelligence currently making Salesforce portfolio products smarter. Tableau AI is a set of capabilities that brings generative AI to the entire Tableau platform to simplify and democratize data analytics and information consumption. Now, what does Tableau AI consist of? It will consist of Tableau Pulse, meant more for the business user, that person that doesn't really have time to dig through their data and find insights like I did in my demo. And then for data analysts, we're going to have Einstein Copilot. Okay, so let's really dive into Tableau Pulse with a demo, and then I'm going to go jump into Einstein Copilot for that final demo as well. So our goal is to reach more people with AI. Maybe for certain business users, they don't want to see a dashboard that has many KPIs, many metrics. It's overwhelming. That requires a lot of attention to pull insights necessary for decision making. Okay, they might want something like what we have here on the right. And Tableau Pulse is gonna give you this particular answer, okay? It's gonna be powered by generative AI, where it's gonna give you the pulse of your business exactly where you work. So let me quickly jump to that demo so you can see it in action. I'm gonna close Tableau and show you the demo here. All right, so I start my day in Slack. Slack is very important to me. Without Slack, I would not be able to communicate with my team. And within Slack, I have access to a Tableau app. Within this Tableau app, I always check Tableau's Tableau Pulse Digest. Every single day, I'm giving the digest of the most important metrics within my organization that I monitor or that I want to monitor. And here I have them listed, right? I have 3 different ones. Now, the one that calls my attention is the device sales. As you can see, we have an increase in percentage of sales for the devices by 27%. So I can click on it directly and it will take me to Tableau Pulse to really analyze this KPI a little better. As you can see, this is very easy to understand. Let me break it down. Number 1, we have the title of the KPI. We're analyzing device sales, right? And it tells me the units that we've sold, and we have been provided different filters here. We're filtered to the region of North America, comparing it to the previous year, but you can adjust it here if you wanted to. Now, it's telling us that in comparison to the previous week, which is September 3rd to the 5th, we have had an increase of sales of 27%, which is 356 units. And that, whenever it analyzes all the data from the different weeks, that is considered pretty high. We usually don't have this high of an increase. And then Tableau gives us a visualization to make it even more user-friendly or easy to understand. So we can see how it started and a forecast on what the sales will be by September 12th. Now, generative AI is incorporated here with these questions that are posted on the bottom. These questions are posed to me saying, we can click on them and really deep dive into what these questions are answering. For example, what are the outliers? How has this trend changed? Which products drove this sudden increase? Now, I'm interested in clicking this last one, but I just wanted to show you that you can also look at the metadata that is creating this KPI. So that's very important to know that it's right here. Now, if I click on that question that generative AI gave me, I have a visual answer, right? Here we see the products that are driving the sales, and earphones seem to be very high in sales in this particular week. Maybe there's a new model that came out and everybody's buying this. So besides the fact that I can click on these questions, I can actually ask my own questions. And one of the questions that I have is, do we have enough inventory? Will we be able to fulfill the phone orders that we need in order to make our customers happy? So I can click on the suggested metric, and Tableau Pulse will give me a metric answering that particular question. As you can see, I see that I have a fulfill rate of 91%, but in comparison to last month, it's actually low, right? We can see that it's usually between 92% and 95% this time of the month, and right now we're low at 91. So I want to share this with my team, right, with my sales team in North America, so that they can actually keep track of this. And if I go back to where my original metrics were, my inventory fill rate is actually going to be right here as well, so that I can continue monitoring it. So that's very important to me. Now, I can see it within Tableau Pulse, but I can also receive the pulse of my business within my email. I can see it within my phone if I'm on the go. And of course, like we started at the beginning, I can actually access it here directly in Slack. Or if you're a Salesforce user, you can also access it within your Salesforce experience embedded within Salesforce. All right, so I'm going to jump back to the presentation real quick just to finish off this. And I want to take you to the next component of Tableau AI, which is Einstein Copilot. Now, Einstein Copilot is mainly for our analysts or the people that do want to explore their data, create content from zero, and really just do the drag and dropping of their measures like we saw on the demo. In the demo, I took on that role of an analyst who dragged and dropped measures and dimensions to create visualizations. But the good thing about Einstein Copilot is that it's gonna be a co-pilot, right? It's gonna be an assistant that will help this experience be done even easier. So let me show you how that will look. So I'm going to jump over to the demo. And sometimes analysts don't have the clean data that they need, right? Sometimes their data is a little dirty. They need to actually clean it before they're ready for the analysis. And they're able to do that with Tableau Prep Builder. Tableau Prep Builder is the software that we use to clean, to process your data and create data flows for your data. So as you can see, I'm connected to a customer transaction data for different stores within the United States that sell pet materials or pet products. And I have different columns here within my data source. Now, I have a column that has the mailing addresses for all our customers. And as you can see, I have the zip code here embedded within the address. Now, as an analyst, I would like to extract the zip code from this column and create a completely new column with the zip code. Now, I can do this with Tableau without Einstein Copilot. I can actually go here and create a calculated field. But unfortunately, I would have to be alone on my own and figure out which function to use to create a calculation that will extract the zip code from this string. But with Einstein Copilot, you're no longer alone. You will have Einstein Copilot on the right side, and you can actually ask the question in natural language. For example, extract customer postal code from mailing address. And whenever we execute this, Einstein Copilot will give you an explanation of which function to use. We can replace the calculation immediately, just give it a name, and then save it. And when we save it, we now have a completely new calculated field created within our data source, our metadata, that we can actually publish to Tableau Cloud or share with somebody else so that we can use it. Now, if we go to web editing, let's imagine that we connected to Data Cloud that has all of my history of my customer data. Here is my columns of data. And what I want to do, it's loading. Give me 1 second. We have 2 minutes, so hopefully it loads within 2 minutes. If not, I will have to send you the recording. Okay, there we go. So within my creation environment, right, just like I did in my original demo, on the right side, you will have an assistant. You'll have Einstein Copilot that will suggest different questions that you can ask your data and start your analysis there. Because sometimes we come to this without knowing what we want to visualize, right? So what Einstein Copilot does is that it has an idea of what your data is about, and it gives you certain suggestions of things that you might wonder. So here is, it's asking what are the patterns over time for sales across products and categories. So I can see a quick visual that tells me all the different products that we have within time and what the sales have been for those products. And I can ask another question. For example, I can ask, well, show me the location of my customers who bought in a particular zip code in the last 3 months. So when I execute that question, Einstein Copilot will give me the answer in a visual way. It's going to give me the visualization, and I can even ask further, right? Okay, so these are my customers. They're spread all over the country. I can see that we have a lot of customers in California, but where are the stores located? So by asking the question, I no longer have to drag and drop. I can actually have a conversation with Einstein, and it will give me that visualization. So here I can actually create a segment and publish the segment to Data Cloud within Salesforce so that I can actually share this with my team in marketing, and they can actually reach out to this particular segment to create some sort of campaign for their pets so that they can visit our stores within San Francisco. So as you can see, this has created an entire segment here within Data Cloud, and our marketing team can now take advantage of this. So that was the end of my demo for that. And I hope within these 30 minutes, even though it felt very rushed, that you were able to really see the power of Tableau and AI, and also CRM analytics powered by the AI of Einstein Discovery. Now, before we conclude, if you don't mind, let me just go to this. Scanning this QR code, we would love to hear from you. We would love to have your feedback as to how we can make these type of webinars better, what we did good with. If you can scan this, give us your information so that we can contact you and actually explore these options even further. If you want them for your organization, we would really appreciate it. But I think that concludes my time for sharing. I will give it back to whoever wants to close so that we can close this webinar off. And thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Perla. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you found the information shared by our panel of experts valuable and insightful. And well, if you wish to have further information, please do not hesitate to contact us at info@centric360.com, and we will be happy to schedule a session, a one-on-one session with you, or answer any doubt or any question you have. So thank you all for being in this webinar, and have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.